get back to when I'm away, because I love North Florida, Northwest Florida, and I love those people. As far as my background, of course, I graduated from high school in Panama City. Early on, I guess before I got to high school in first grade, I met my wife, Susan. So we have known each other since we were 6 years old. Graduated from high school together, dated through college. I went to Troy State University, Troy, Alabama, and I got a degree in business management. Got very involved in a college ministry while I was there. Served on the foreign mission field in the Philippines when I was 20 years old, and that was wonderful to experience another part of the world. And that did have a great influence on my appreciation for this wonderful place we call home. After college, I decided to go into business with my family. In 1955, after World War II and after a little bit of education, my grandfather started our family business. It is Sutherland Funeral Home. Our business, we started on a hope and a dream of $3,000. My grandfather had a 6th grade education, but he loved serving his community. So he started our family business. It was one of those old-fashioned funeral homes where the family lived upstairs and the funeral parlor was down below, like something out of a movie. And every Friday night, me and my brother Tim, we would spend the night. And back then, families had wakes. They were there all night long. And that's how I got to know our community and know the families we serve. And I decided to follow in my father and my grandfather's footsteps. My business partner is my sister Suzanne, and I'm proud to say that we've reached the 22% of families that make it to the 3rd generation. We've got a big target on our chest that the federal government loves shooting at, as well as state and sometimes local. When you can make that 22% of 3rd generation business, you're a rare breed today. Because after a while, you get tired of fighting the battles. You get tired of the regulation. You get tired of the overtaxation. You just get tired. But I will tell you, small business represents all that is great about this country. And so our family has been sweating payroll, meeting the budget, dealing with the regulation, paying the increased fees every year. And as our legislature said last year, they didn't raise our taxes. That's just not true. What they did is they turned around and raised all of our fees. And fees are the brunt of the people that are law-abiding citizens trying to make a difference. And that's what they did. So I understand the weight of that. And so last year, my family, and I say our family, my family made a decision that we have had enough. And based upon the last 23 years that I've been back in our community, serving our community, I have served my community, charitable organizations, raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for various nonprofit organizations, charitable organizations. I've served my community. I went up 7 years in the chairs of the Chamber of Commerce, serving as the chairman of the Chamber of Commerce in 2007. Having served in that capacity, I also served on our Economic Development Alliance, which was responsible for recruiting industry and trying to create jobs and trying to work with the various municipalities to attract industry into the state of Florida, and more specific into Bay County. I also have served for 3 governors. I have had 3 gubernatorial appointments. I have never been elected to office. I have never served in an elected capacity, but I have been politically active. The 3 governors that have appointed me to serve, I have chaired boards, statewide boards around this state. And I have done so for a Democratic governor, and I've also done so for a Republican governor. So I have served and overseen budgets. Most recently, Governor Bush appointed me to chair the Early Learning Coalition of Northwest Florida. And those of you who have been here a long time may remember that we voters went and we decided to vote VPK, voluntary pre-K, years ago, that every 4-year-old should have pre-kindergarten. Well, it is the 31 coalitions around the state of Florida that administer that service to the communities. And so for 4.5 years, I've chaired the Early Learning Coalition in Northwest Florida. On a federal level, that would be Head Start. I have 1 minute? Wow. That's holy cow. I think basically, the thing that have in Washington, D.C. right now. We need somebody that understands how to run a business and how to live within your means. Government cannot spend any more money than it has, and unfortunately they're doing that. They're putting it on credit. I'm deeply concerned about our deficit. I'm deeply concerned about the expansion of government, and I'm deeply concerned about record unemployment numbers, especially in the state of Florida, pushing 13%. This election is about the economy. This election is about jobs. If you don't have jobs, you cannot realize the American dream. Thank you for having us here tonight. I look forward to continuing to answer your questions and visiting with you. God bless you.
I'm sorry, I was a little late getting here. I messed up. That's all I say. I was really late. But anyway, I appreciate being here. I'm Ron McNeil. I spent a lot of time here. I got a little old boy looking out like me in the back there, Todd McNeil. He's the head basketball coach for all Tallahassee School. My firstborn from 1969. And I didn't bring the last born from 2001. That's 5 decades later. You'll see her sooner or later. But kind of got them scattered around. But anyway, I've been in the Tallahassee area for about 20, 25 years of my adult life, and played a lot of ball here and so forth. I played college basketball against Florida State. I played out in Southeast Louisiana, Pole College over here, was fourth in the nation under Coach Johnson over there, who was a well-written up coach. I think he was in Sports Illustrated and stuff like that from time to time. He passed away this last year or so, but anyway, I date back a long time. I've seen the country go from almost to the Depression days, where my family stayed in the Depression to the 60s. I was born in 1945, and you know, in the 60s we were still in the Great Depression, and we didn't have much to raise on a 440-acre farm. My daddy bought, and we worked very hard. Some of you are old enough to know what a home might look like, feel like. Try being 16, 17 years old, and your daddy hands you a hoe and says, son, we keep hiring right this year to help us sow the peanuts, and we don't have spray pre-emergence or spray weed killer because it hadn't been invented yet. But there's a 30-acre field there with half-mile roads, and I need you to hoe it. And I hoed every road 2 years in a row, actually, to try to make us survive. So I do know how to work hard. I cut down nearly every tree in the forest, and ever since I've been trying to save every tree I can save. But they had bought me a chainsaw and turned 13, they could just do those as well. And so I did an awful lot of hard work. My kids lived to 120, they couldn't possibly do the physical work I had to do by the time I was 25 or 30. But anyway, I don't mind hard work, I don't mind hard anything, actually. This campaign's hard. There's 236 miles of pine trees out there, and if I was a bomb and I had an acorn rack, grew, I could probably get those pine trees broken for We're having a call on that visit. You may have a few squirrels score, but I do. But I want to do my best for you. I've been in business, like I said, all my life. When Obama was there in the spring, there was a little smirk on his face after he crammed health care down our throat. There's a smirk that said, just bring it on, like if you could pop, not like what I'm doing to your country. And I decided I would just bring it on. I've been writing a book called Have We Lost Our Minds? And I'll tell you one thing, we'll find out this November if we've lost our minds. We let that bunch stay up there, we've lost our minds. Now, I don't think we're going to do it. I'll tell you what, I know what they're seeing across the district, and I sure know what I see. And I see millions of people, not millions in our district, but millions of people across this country just totally fed up with the way this federal government's doing it. We are the government's people instead of being the people's government, and we have to do something about that. And I think any of us up here are certainly going to try to do just that. I happen to be older and have a lot more experience than the rest of them in business and life. I travel all over the world. I've been in 30 countries. I didn't count up, see how many, but do business a lot of them. And design products. Some of you probably know my older brother, way better than me. He was the guy that invented the round trampoline for the outdoors. And so back in 1971, we started making trampolines. They were made right here between here and Quincy on Highway 9. We had 60,000 square foot manufacturing facility. Used to build a round trampoline every 12 minutes. Built 3,000 to 4,000 a week of those little rebound tramps.